Welcome back to the Here's the Deal broadcast. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you are the resistance. Who says that? Let me make sure we got good audio. Yep, I hear it. You have rights, cops have duty. Driftwood, Striker, Frank, JOCO, Fing, Iron Eddie, Gray Dude. Effed up world. It is truly an effed up world. Speaking of effed up world, I'm going to show you what happened during a Senate hearing today. I wasn't planning on doing this, but I saw this as I was kind of surfing around the web, getting ready for this broadcast right here. We are going to talk about substantive things. And I think this is kind of substantive because this just lends credibility to the thing that I always say, you guys always say, is that this is just a big dog and pony circus sideshow. And like George Carlin said, it's a big club and you ain't in it. This is my senator from Oklahoma, Markwayne Mullin, challenging the Teamsters president to a fight right here, right now. This is pretty interesting and entertaining. I got to give him that.
Now, let's talk about Mr. O'Brien himself, his behavior. As everybody knows, and it's here in the last time, him and I kind of had a back and forth. Appreciate your demeanor today. It's quite different. But after you left here...
By the way, Markwayne Mullin, his background as a senator in Oklahoma before he became senator, he owns a plumbing company in Tulsa. And from what I understand, he is a multi-time state champion wrestler.
You got pretty excited about the keyboard. In fact, you tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company myself. And my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, any time, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every
Hold
poll?
it. No, sit down.
You're a clown.
Sit down.
Look at you.
You know, you're a United States.
Because you're a clown. And yeah, the Teamsters guy is a clown. Markwayne Mullin is a clown. Bernie Sanders, who's trying to break this up, is a clown. They're all basically welfare recipients. They are making money, minimum $174,000 a year. Do you make $174,000 a year? Most of us don't. Making $174,000 being political parasites. Doing nothing about the IRS. They have what it takes to take what you've got, domestic terror cell. Doing nothing about the wars, shoveling boatloads of money to Ukraine. They'll probably spearhead the CBDC, doing nothing about the fiat currency Ponzi scheme of the Federal Reserve. Nothing at all. What's up, Tony? What's up, Reluctant Prophet? Thanks for being here. Sam Fisher, our guy, 936, John is here. So let's watch some more of this. By the way, you guys could have been anywhere tonight. You chose to be here. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to make this worth your time.
Sit down.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
I got to see this again, him standing up like that.
This is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your solution every poll?
No, sit down.
You're a clown.
Sit down.
Look at you.
You know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can't, no,
This is
I have
what
the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and that's
you
what-
have-
Bernie is so right. I couldn't agree with him more. We should have maximum contempt for Congress, which is the opposite of progress.
Like you, because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it.
Sam Fisher's like, I would have let him fight. Me too, man. It's like, come on. Now you'll get something done. Now we're getting somewhere in Congress.
You have the mic. You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this, because I did challenge you, and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet
No, I didn't go quiet.
No,
You challenged me to a cage match,
no,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me,
Hold on.
hold it. No, excuse me, I have the
I
mic.
will say exactly.
Senator
what you
Mullen,
said.
I have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything that said, go for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about, of course I
And
did.
let me.
All right, let me pause this because AR guy 936 is saying that the NYPD broke Eli's arm. That can't be easy to do. Eli's a pretty stout dude. Let's see what happened here. Let's see. Eli. Anybody know about that? This is the first I've heard of this. Let's see. He streamed 3 minutes ago. Holy cow. What's going on here? We'll come back to the Mark Wayne Mullen thing and Bernie Sanders sideshow, the Dog and Pony stage show. This could still streamed 44 minutes ago. Okay. And then it said 3 minutes ago. So this may still be rendering. Let me hit the refresh again. I should be able to watch this though. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. It's not letting me.
Elbow, my base, my elbow hurts, bro. My elbow. Oh, fuck. Ah. This fucking asshole turned off my fucking camera, my babes. He's tampering with the evidence. He turned that off, bro.
Who's recording?
He turned that off, my babes. He grabbed the phone and turned that off, bro. I'm gonna see you in court, you heard? I'm gonna see you in court, man. Fuck is wrong with you? They don't push me, my babes. My elbow dislocated, my shoulder fucked up.
Who's recording? Is Eli recording this? With his left hand?
This fucking assholes, bro. All I needed was a fucking complaint form. Oh. Fuck.
What's up, PTSD Joe? Back Shamil, HawkFan. Let me see here. Let me see what's going on here. He's laying on the floor. Anybody know?
Y'all having fun? Look at my fucking bone sticking out, man. You think it's a fucking joke? Huh? Look at this shit, bro.
Huh. I'll tell you what, let's see. He hands the phone off to somebody in a bit. We'll get back to that. I'm going to try to find out what's going on there and what exactly happened. Does anybody know the context of Eli getting his arm broken? A good citizen picked the phone up and continued recording, says HawkFan. See the live right before this one. Okay, let's go to his channel. Sorry, guys. I like Eli. I want to give props to this guy. He's doing a lot of hard work there in New York City. Let's see. Live streams. Eli live at the precinct. Oh, here we go. Making a complaint. 9 minutes. Let's see. Let's go into this.
Can you give me the complaint from her?
All right, let me go to the beginning here.
I'm not in. Can I just get the complaint, bro?
Let me back it up a little bit more. I don't like to jump into the middle of context, uncontextual things here. I bet the NYPD absolutely does not like the fact that there's a level of transparency now that the public can come into the NYPD precinct lobbies and start recording.
Just crazy, my peeps. I just got violated, and this is what I gotta go through to make a complaint against an officer who violated me like badly, my peeps. You're gonna bring me the complaint?
Stop recording. I just called legal. Does legal not have the case that was established through Long Island Audit? What's up with this?
Complaint or no? I gotta get out of here, bro.
We're not doing all of this.
We're not doing what? Give me my complaint. Give me my complaint.
We're not recording in the facility, sir.
I'm not in the facility.
You're in the building. What are you talking about?
I'm not in.
Okay, get me up to speed. Okay, did something happen in the last 3 days? I thought with the Long Island audit thing, the judge has said that all the do not record in the precinct lobby signs had to come down. Is there something in addition to this? Oh, NYPD said the court overturned. I know the court appealed it. I mean, the NYPD appealed it. So did the court overturn that? That's what Backschmill says. NYPD said the court overturned, but do we have that in writing? It's hard for the NYPD. They said it was overturned.
Can I just get the complaint, bro?
Listen to me. You are not getting anything while that camera is running. That's the bottom line.
You heard that, my peeps?
Why would anybody, if you're a good guy, if you're that good cop that stands against all the bad cops and is for serving and protecting the people, why wouldn't you want the maximum amount of cameras in your precinct? You would want to show the people that not only are you doing good, not only are you upholding the laws and the Constitution of the United States, but you're also getting rid of bad cops. You would want maximum exposure. The reason you don't want maximum exposure, kind of implies that you're not exactly the good guy that you're trying to sell us on the idea of being.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Say word.
God, how rude. Excuse me, you're in my way. Can you imagine having an employee in your business pushing you around and treating you like these public servants are treating their public masters?
Can you give me the complaint for bro?
Just do me a favor, you gotta walk outside and wait.
Can you give me the complaint for
You
them?
can come back in and ask for it.
Can I just get it, bro?
I don't know anything what you want.
A complaint for? I want to make a complaint against an officer who violated me, bro.
Yeah, you can do that once you
All
start
right.
recording.
I'm already outside.
Okay, I don't know anything about this. I can't make a complaint. I can't take a complaint if I don't know what's going on. Okay? So if you want to come inside and make a complaint, you could do that. But
I want a complaint for him to take it.
You're not going to record as they're recording with their body cams. This guy's got a body cam. He's got a body cam. The precinct probably has massive amounts of surveillance cameras inside and out, but you can't record. We can record you, but you can't record us, says the government.
with me.
Okay, you can do that. I said you can do that, right? You could come inside.
I just needed to take it with me. That's
All three. And this cop over here has the camera in his hand. Look at this.
Do that. I said you can do that, right? You could come inside.
I just
So now you got 3 cops with cameras telling a member of the public he can't have a camera. Can there be anything more gravely ironic than that?
needed to take it with me. That's it.
You can take whatever you want.
I'm outside, sir. I stepped outside.
That's it. We're done.
So just give me the complaint
I
form.
told you to stop recording, and you can.
I stepped outside. I stepped outside. I stepped outside. That's how I speak.
That's not how it speaks.
That's how I speak.
That's not how it works.
That's how I speak.
All right, we're done here.
You're not gonna help me. You're not gonna give it to me.
Come back another day.
Look at
Come
him
back
record-
another day.
He's recording with his body camera in his hand. Eli's got a camera in his hand. So this man right here, all these men in these costumes are saying that they have rights that Eli doesn't have in this precinct that's funded by people like Eli.
You're not gonna give me the complaint form. You're not gonna give me the complaint form.
Every member of the public that's inside that precinct should start recording and stand together in unity.
I left the camera outside. I left my phone outside.
Let's watch that fall again. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to slow it down to 0.25. I'm going to turn the sound down because it distorts it. Let's take a look at this. Let me get me out of the way. Let's go full. Are we full screen? Yeah, let's watch this slow-mo. He did fall on his elbow. Did he trip? I don't know about this one. It doesn't look like there's much force on the part of the cop. Let's see. I'm trying to be super... Guys, when I watch this kind of stuff, I try to just remove myself from everything and just look at this like somebody who doesn't know. I'm just an outside observer. I've got no dog in the fight, and I just want to be completely honest about what's going on. No slight to anybody. I mean, I'm glad we're doing this live. This is my first exposure to this, and this is just how I try to look at things, because I know that I have to combat bias within me, just like you have to combat bias within you. We know what we know about we know what we know, not believe. We know what we know about police and how apt they are to take the road of violence, and you got to remain objective. Did my chat freeze? Let me know if you guys can hear me. It looks like my chat froze. I don't... Let's see, top chat. Live chat fan funding. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, so the cop... Looks like the cop has his left hand on him, and I don't see him. I don't see him tripping. Let's see. Let me. Oh, they turned it off for a while? Oh my gosh. It looks like he did fall on his arm. Yeah, it does. It does look like he hit his elbow. I will say that. Okay, so he just took a step back with his right foot. Let me get me out of the way. He took a right step back, a step with his right foot, left foot. Okay, the cop is approaching him with his right hand, with the cop's right hand. Looks like he's grabbing. I don't know if he's grabbing. He's reaching out to touch Eli's left shoulder. Eli just took a left step, and he took the left step planted, and it just looks like he went down. It just looks like he put his knee down. Okay, that is a hit on the elbow. That's a pretty hard hit on the elbow. Let me just ask you guys. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Yeah, I don't see anything to trip on, and it looks like his right leg he bent and went down on his knee. It doesn't look like a tripping at all. And I couldn't see it from the other perspective. I'm sure that there's surveillance cameras in here, and I'm sure if there's going to be a lawsuit filed against the NYPD for personal injury, they're going to examine this like crazy. I'd like to see another angle on it. People are saying put a 1 in the room if you think he's exaggerating. Put a 1 in the room if you think he's exaggerating and that he basically took a fall. Let me know what you guys think. 257 people in here. 100 likes. I love Eli. Okay. I love what Eli does. I love the fact that he puts this massive layer of transparency in New York City. I love the way he puts New York City Police Department on blast. But I'm going to call things the way they are. You know, I don't see the force that would. Eli's a big, strong guy. Eli is a big, strong guy. He is stout. He ain't no pushover. I don't see how somebody could easily push Eli down like that. So I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. Was it? I have no doubt that they pushed him. Probably. We'll see from the other angle. But you know, there is probably going to be another angle. He has permanent damage now. I don't that the hit on the elbow looked real. Yeah, we definitely have to be objective, man. This ain't like I said, this ain't going to diminish my concern and appreciation for Eli and who he is and what he's done. But, you know, we got to call a spade a spade. Again, this is my first look at it, and we only see part of this. We see a two-dimensional part of it from one video perspective. Looks like he looked back at his camera right here, maybe to see if it was recording. I don't know. He's looking up at the video camera right there. It didn't look to me like he tripped. A trip is when you here, let's see. Tell me if this looks like a trip to you. I'm sure I'm going to get flack for this, but I do want to be honest about it. Left step back. Right, left leg plants. It plants right there. And that doesn't look like that doesn't look like a trip would be you're lifting up one of your feet and you get snagged on something. That's a trip. This right here just looks like the knee went down. And that looks like a hard hit in the elbow. I do not doubt that there's damage. But what was the catalyst for the damage? Was the shove hard enough? Well, that's another thing too. B. Hendricks is saying you naturally try to catch yourself when you trip. Yeah, I agree, HawkFan. There was no reason for NYPD to be getting in the space of and touching a private individual. He literally did what they told him to do. As a matter of fact, he went inside and they should have given him the form that he requested. He met the demands of the cop. The cop said, hey, leave your camera. Matter of fact, let's look at it. Listen to he did exactly what the cop said. Let's see. What was the prerequisite for coming inside?
Step outside.
Come inside.
I'm playing for him to take it with me.
Okay, you can do that. I said you can do that, right? You can come inside.
I just needed to take it with me. That's it.
You can take whatever you want.
I'm outside, sir. I stepped outside.
That's it, we're done.
So just give me the complaint form.
I told you to stop recording and you continue.
I stepped outside. I stepped outside. I stepped outside. That's how I speak.
That's not how it speaks.
That's how I.
You can do that once you start recording.
I'm already outside.
He said you can do that once you stop recording. There it is right there. So what did Eli do? He went in without the camera. He wasn't recording inside. Their issue wasn't that he can't record outside. Their issue was he can't record inside. He stopped recording inside. He left his camera in the little vestibule, the little entryway, and he walked in by himself without the camera. And that's when they should have met the requirement of, hey, give me my complaint form. So yeah, they were completely in the wrong by putting their hands on a man who wasn't harming somebody, threatening to harm somebody, or damaging property and refusing to pay for it. So this is crazy. This is crazy.
I can't move.
Pants are an issue. Yeah, pants being down is an issue. Brian, stop it. Keep watching. Oh, it ended right there, apparently.
Whose phone is this? Whose phone is this?
Don't touch my phone! Don't touch my phone! I need an ambulance! Yo, why you touch my phone? You tampering with the evidence!
It's yours?
You tampering with the evidence!
I don't know. It's out here on the floor.
You
That ain't
tampering with
got
the
nothing to do
evidence!
with
Yo,
me.
give me an ambulance!
Okay.
Give me an ambulance!
You want an ambulance for what?
My shoulder!
I'm asking you to show it.
My
I'm asking
shoulder,
you.
yeah, my
I can't call an
shoulder.
ambulance because I don't know what's wrong with you.
I need an ambulance! You
Okay.
have to push me!
You need an ambulance for your shoulder.
My shoulder and my elbow!
Okay, do me a favor. Can you stand up?
I can't!
Your legs don't hurt.
I can't move!
Can I move you over so we can go in and out?
Yo, what the fuck is my phone, bro? Yo, give me my phone, bro.
All right, the video ends right there. All right, well, I would like to get another video perspective of that. Let's go back to anybody want to keep talking about this? I don't really know what else to say. The pants are innocent. The pants are innocent until proven guilty. Frank Pants says. I honestly I don't understand the culture of having your pants down. It would drive me freaking crazy if my pants were down below my butt like that. It would drive me crazy. I'm 6'4", 270. When I fall, I don't scream for an ambulance no matter what damage I've done, says Brent Bierce. Yeah, I mean, we can all look back and we've been really, really hurt. I love Eli. That's the bottom line. But I'm going to call it the way I see it. It doesn't look like he tripped to me. And it doesn't look like the cop had the power to push him down that easily. And typically when you fall, you try to brace your fall. Of course, the door was in the way. You know, there's some factors there. They call that a dive in boxing, says Liber Patter. I've fallen a bunch of times, burp, never broke anything but my pride. There's more of the video? That was it. That video ended. Not from 9:10 to 9:10. Let's see. What's the other video? You talking about this where it picks up here? Yeah, we played some of it earlier.
Elbow, my base, my elbow hurts, bro. My elbow. Oh fuck. This fuck.
Let me advance it. We've already seen this.
Oh yeah. Oh, I needed was a complaint for my babes. Fuck.
Let me put it this way, okay? I don't know all of what's going on here. I only know what I saw from one camera perspective. But I can totally see somebody going frame by frame on this, saying he didn't trip, he wasn't pushed, he's a big guy. There's no way, usually people break their fall. It looks like it's, it was an intentional dive. I can see people saying that. Let me just put it that way. Rathgar Redbeard says he must have been a soccer player in the past. They're great at taking dives. Oh my gosh. This is there's gonna be some drama. There's gonna be some drama. The troll channels are gonna come out. Yeah, the sharks will be, there's blood in the water now. There's blood in the water. All right, so with 269 people in here, how do I word this? Here, I'll tell you what. Let me make a poll. Let me start a poll. How do I word this? Let's see. Too little. Oh, how about this? Need more information. I don't know. Okay, so here's what I put. So there's 282 people in here now. Thank you guys for being here. Okay, so I just put in the poll, did Eli take an intentional dive or was he forcefully pushed? Seems like there should be more in that. Forcefully pushed. And then I've got took a dive, forcefully pushed, need more information. I don't know. So I'm going to start the poll right now. I don't know. That's pretty imperfect. It's an imperfect on the fly poll. So here's what I've got. Did Eli, in your opinion, this is your opinion, okay? You're not a bad person for having an opinion. If I did something like this, and let's say I took a dive, okay? I gotta be honest. If you're not speaking the truth in your heart, you don't care about truth, okay? You gotta be honest. You can't lock yourself into cognitive dissonance. You can't cement yourself into an echo chamber where it's like, no, I'm in this guy's corner no matter what. I don't know if I'm in his corner on this one or not. I really don't. Does that mean I hate Eli? Oh man, you're an enemy. You're as bad as the trolls. I can just see it, man. I'm trying to be balanced. I'm trying to be unbiased. And it's hard. It's hard because you don't like to say these hard things about people that you care about, okay? So I've got, yeah, that's safe. Need more information. Okay, so there's 73 votes right now, 265 people in here. We're going to continue with what we were going to talk about with this Mark Wayne Mullen and what happened in the Senate. And then I want to go over this video right here. And we'll just leave that on the back burner right now. I'll just end the poll when we get done, and then I'll revisit it a couple times. How's that? Does that work? Do not get me wrong, though. I love Eli. I love most of the New York crew. Good guy activism, back schmills out there. And I support the attempt at crushing the tyranny that's trying to crush us, okay? And carving out freedom for our sons and daughters. So let's go back to Bernie Sanders trying to break up Mark Wayne Mullen and the Teamster president. Let's see. I haven't seen the rest of this, so let's see how it pans out.
Let me show you his hearing, because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
Could you not point at me? That's disrespectful.
All right.
I don't care about respecting you at all. I
don't
respect
respect you at all.
So
All right, hold it. Hold it. No.
You're one of
No,
the
hold
100
it.
of the most
Hold
elite
it,
people
please.
acted.
Please. All right. This is excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
This is a hearing to discuss economic issues. All right. If you have questions for Mr. O'Brien or anybody else on what he has said, go for it. But we're not here to talk about fights or anything else.
I'm quoting
Comrade Bernie's going to be the peacekeeper. Ain't that a hoot?
exactly what he said.
You can
and
say
this
what
is-
you want,
This is
but-
your witness
This
you
is
brought.
my
And let me.
witness.
I'm exposing him.
You can
as a
talk
person
anything you
who
want.
is. So
But
in
no fight-
2013,
Nope.
in 2013, O'Brien was suspended by the Teamsters for intimidating your own members. In 2014, you were part of, what would you say, organizing the harassment and intimidation of the Top Shelf crew.
Chef, not chef.
Top Chef, okay. And then, and I think in the reports they said sexual, racist, and homophobic slurs and death threats. 14 tires were sliced, and 5 Teamsters were arrested. And you said, well, I had nothing to do with it. But however, in that same statement, you said, but if I get called to testify, I'll plead the fifth. This is a witness you brought in here. In 2017, you were removed as lead negotiator by then President Hoffa for UPS for your actions.
Jimmy
and then in
Hoffa.
22, when this guy was elected, what he said after he got elected was he wanted to bring the mob mentality back to the Teamsters. This is your guy.
And you're obviously going to give him a chance to respond to your questions.
Absolutely, because this is my question. Because you called me out. I didn't call you out.
Yeah, you did.
You said anytime, any place.
That's
what you
that.
said.
Let's get the record
Okay.
straight.
Just hold it. No.
Hold on.
Senator Mullen, do you have a question for the witness?
Yeah. I think
Okay,
that's what I'm getting
let's
at.
hear it.
So, anytime, any place.
No, that's not,
April is a charity event.
no, that's not,
No, it's a, sir, he said it, and this is my
He is
time,
here to
and you
tell-
didn't set
no.
parameters on what the questions can or cannot be asked, and I'll ask.
no,
you
you're not going to,
questions.
we're not going to be talking about
yes, we
physical
can.
confrontation.
Oh, this is about charity, for a union charity, because this
This
is for
is,
firefighters and.
do you have a
policemen.
question on his
April,
testimony?
April.
Grow up,
April
will you
next
please?
You
year.
have
grow
a
up. You're an
question
embarrassment.
on his, let's not
You
be,
said it.
You're an
You
embarrassment.
said
You're
it,
an
and I'm just
embarrassment.
simply answering it.
You
Senator
reached
Mullen,
out
go,
to
hold
your
it,
buddies.
hold it. Senator Mullen, you made some charges.
Dr. Light, retired MD, said, I need to debate FT. I'm only going to call him FT because, you know what? Now is probably a good time to segue into something that I wanted to talk about that Direct D said the other day. I would not, here's why I wouldn't debate him, Doc, MD, Dr. Light, is because if I'm going to debate, first of all, I don't like debate. I want to have a conversation and I want it to be productive. And the end goal of the conversation is to create an atmosphere of more liberty and less tyranny. I don't believe, in my heart of hearts, I don't believe FT is about that. I don't think that's his modus operandi. I think he's a bad faith actor, and I can pull up many, many videos to prove it. I mean, when you were talking about a guy like this right here, we probably won't watch the, I don't know. I kind of want to hear what the Teamster guy says, but this is a good segue. When we're talking about this kid right here, who was only in a police station recording and that's it. He didn't ask to be messed with. He was just recording a plaque on a wall, and the police chief came in, harassed him, put his hands on him, arrested him 3 times. When you look at that and you're still for law enforcement doing these things and calling these kind of people frauditors, I don't know how you could possibly be a good faith actor. He's a bad faith actor. So let's just go ahead and finish. We'll finish out this thing right here. There's only like a minute and 30 seconds left. We'll finish this and we're going to go back to that. And I'll more thoroughly answer your question, Doctor.
Charges.
Mr. O'Brien, do you want to respond to
Yeah, go
the
ahead,
question?
please.
Yeah, I mean, look, the reality of it is,
Accept my challenge,
Mr.
tough guy.
Mullen, tough guy.
Hold it. Answer the questions.
All right, y'all won. He made a lot of statements, right? And his statements are fiction at best.
Fiction, I read them.
Can he answer?
What?
Answer the question, please.
I can't understand him. to be honest with you. He rambles so much. What was your question, actually?
You said I made a lot of statements.
No, but what's your question? I don't understand your question. Could you repeat it?
You said anytime, any place.
What's your question?
Accept the challenge.
What challenge?
You said anytime, any place. I'm accepting yours, so why don't you come
What
back?
challenge? What challenge are you talking
April
about?
30th. How about we do it for a charity at the Smoking Guns in Tulsa, Oklahoma?
No,
Yes.
we're not going to be
What was the
talking about
challenge?
physical
What are you talking about?
confrontations here.
You want to fight me?
What'd you say about anytime, any place?
Let's have coffee, discuss our differences.
That's what you said.
Yeah, that's right, exactly.
All right, well, let's sit down and have coffee.
Let's
I'd
do
love
it.
to.
I'd love to.
But
It's funny how you're backing out.
Okay.
of
I
it.
don't-
Snake. I just view this as a snake, the Teamster snake talking to the Senator snake. And that is my Senator, Mark Wayne Mullen. He's a snake. Bernie's a snake. This is just a brood of vipers just talking among themselves, pretending as they collect a minimum of $174,000 a year off the American tax cattle, just fleecing us blind while they're doing all this crazy stuff, while the dollar's being devalued, while the Federal Reserve is considering all digital currency, which is surveillance coin. And they want to start wars, and they want to fund wars, and they want to put money in defense contractors' pockets and increase the coffers of the military-industrial complex and the human trafficking of the prison-industrial complex. It's all just a joke.
back on anything.
You did.
You're the one. You're a 100.
Senator-
Should be the most influential.
And if we were to see a fight between this Teamsters guy and Mark Wayne Mullen, it would probably be a fixed, rigged fight.
people in this country making changes.
Senator
You're
Hassan-
focused on
Okay.
you're
Thank
focused
you.
on
Why did you-
debate
Thank
that's
you.
not even
Fine.
relevant.
Keep texting
You're an
me and they
embarrassment.
got
You're
silent.
an
They
embarrassment.
went
That's what you
silence
are.
after
You're an
after
embarrassment to the
text.
state of
This
Oklahoma.
hearing is about the condition of the working class in America.
You
That's
brought
what
a
we're
thug
talking.
into this
You're the biggest thug here.
You brought him in.
All right,
You're the
being-
biggest thug. Even
Look,
your
I don't know
colleagues call you
why
a
you do
joke.
what you're doing, Senator Hassan.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Senator
Chair.
Hassan, you got a
Senator
question?
Mullen, please yield. I've been recognized
No,
by the chair.
you got it.
Act accordingly.
now-
Microphone is yours.
Oh, wow. It's just a dog and pony show. Okay, so this video right here, I want to highlight something and did highlight something that Direct D said, and I think it's appropriate to go over this. And I did not pin this to start any kind of confrontation. I know that there's, it seems like there's an us versus them within our community. And I hope that one day we can grow out of that, but I don't deny that it's there on the part of some people. But DirectD made a very good point after I did this video right here on the FT guy. Let's just put the FT guy, because I'm going to show you how I disagree with, or agree with DirectD. He said, "You fools," he included me in that. That's fine. If I'm being a fool, if I'm acting like a fool, if I'm doing foolish things, I definitely need to know about it. And there's a verse in the Bible that says, wounds from a friend can be trusted, but an enemy multiplies kisses. Kisses are good. Wounds are bad. But if a friend is giving you a wound, he's not doing it so he can hurt you. He's doing it so he can make you better. An enemy is kissing you and being compassionate towards you and being friendly towards you and doing nice things to you so he can get one over on you, so he can attack you. He's doing it for your destruction and your demise. A friend is only wounding you because he loves you. He thinks something of you. He wants you to excel in life. He wants you to be better. So that's how I'm going to view this thing with DirectD. He called me a fool. You fools and you can be offended. You can be offended when a friend comes to you and wounds you and says the things that you got to hear, not the things that you want to hear. Be offended all you want. But if you stay in that state of offense, you will never grow. See, the thing about wounds is a lot of times they leave a scar, and a scar is just a reminder that, hey, that was an obstacle you had to overcome. That was pain you had to push through, and you did it. You got beyond that pain. You got beyond that wounding. And so this is how I'm viewing it. So what I did was I exposed the FT guy because the FT guy tried to expose this guy in a very unrighteous, disingenuous way. And I know in my heart, don't feed the trolls. I know. Feeding the trolls may make you feel good momentarily, but all you've done is given them fuel for their fire. And that's what DirectD says. He says, "You fools keep growing these troll channels by mentioning them. Good job. You are literally feeding the fire that's burning you. Genius." I got to say amen to that. And that's why I pinned it. People are saying, "Dude, you blasted DirectD." That wasn't my intention. Blasting DirectD was the last thing. It wasn't even on my mind. Highlighting what he said that I thought was germane to to what was going on was on my mind. So I just said it's relevant. So I just questioned, okay? Because to me, asking questions and seeking honest answers is another way we can grow and, get stronger. Is it relevant if they grow or not as a result of exposing the tyrannical leanings? Now, I personally also believe that there's a balance. There's a time for everything and a season for every activity under the sun. There's a time to answer the trolls, and there's a time to be silent and let the trolls be trolls and let them just die on the vine, so to speak. So I'm not a hard and fast guy where it's always wrong to confront them, because sometimes it might be appropriate to confront an evildoer. There's also another proverb that says, I don't know if it's a Chinese proverb or if it's in the Old Testament or whatever. It says, "Answer a fool according to his folly, and you will be like him." Answer a fool. There's another one that says, answer a fool according to his folly, and he will be wise in his own eyes. In other words, it kind of self-empowers him. It gives him purpose. It validates him somehow to be recognized by the bigger channels or whatever. DirectD's got a freaking point there. DirectD, I agree with you, man. Was there anything that I said in my exposition that you deem antithetical to the principles of liberty? And I really want to know. That's super important to me, because if I say something that diminishes one iota the principles of liberty, I want to know about it ASAP so I can correct it. The reproofs of instruction are the way of life, right? If as a result of the exposure, the troll channels lost instead of gained subscribers, would we be fools at that point? I think that's a valid question. What just happened? Won't people who are sympathetic to oppressors gravitate toward the troll channels naturally, regardless of if anyone calls them out? And this is another point. Man, you know what's disheartening? The FT type channels, the trolling type channels have a whole lot of supporters. And if you read their comments, they have a whole lot of supporters. They have Patreon supporters. You know, they're providing financial backing. They're providing moral support. And they're in the comment section encouraging all this behavior, this bad behavior, this pro-tyrannical behavior. That's concerning to me. See, it's not even so concerning to me that the NYPD are full of tyrants. It's not that concerning to me that Washington's district of criminals are full of political parasites who mean to do us harm. What really concerns me is that there are millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of people who are voting for the political parasites, who are applauding the boys in blue, who are supporting and affirming the chains of their own oppression. That's what's concerning to me, because trolls and political parasites, presidents of the United States, governors, they would have no power if people just started ignoring them. But people don't ignore them. They gravitate toward them. They want somebody to rule them. They want a government. Could those who currently buy into that paradigm possibly see my or anyone's live stream and be persuaded that the FT guy is a cowardly bootlicker and therefore abandon him and his way of thinking? I have personally seen that. I have personally gotten emails from people who said, dude, I used to follow this guy and this guy exposed you, and I started watching your stuff and I was like, that's right. Yeah, nobody does have a higher claim over my life and property than you. Me. You know why that's true? Because it is. It's demonstrably true. If you show me somebody who goes, no, I want to be ruled. I want another man to forcefully take 40% of the product of my time and laboring energies that I use to support my family. I will show you either a liar or a psychopath, a psychotic individual who doesn't even know what's going on, wanting somebody to take 40, 50% of his income. You're either lying when you say you do, or you don't know what the frick is going on. There's no two choices about it, because the third choice is you're a normal person who would absolutely resist that tyranny. It's ironclad, guys. When you tell somebody, when you ask the question, does anybody have a higher claim over your life and property than you? The answer has to be no. Nobody has a higher claim over my personal life and the property that I've accumulated by the blood, sweat, and tears of my own body. Nobody does. If somebody says they do, they're a freaking liar. Is it ever right? Ask this question to somebody. Is it ever right to initiate unjust force and violence on an innocent person who has done no harm? The answer to the question is no. It is never right to initiate violence on people who are innocent. Never. And yet that's what the government does to you and me every day. They are literally out there hunting us down, waiting for us to mess up so that they can throw the book at us. And by throw the book, I mean put the torture cuffs on, kidnap you, throw you into a cage. They wouldn't want that done to themselves, which makes them hypocrites. This is all ironclad, and we're not operating off the plane of a religious book or commandments that supposedly come down from God or a constitution. We're just talking about man to man. Do you want me ruling over you? Now, let's say that there is somebody who wants to be ruled over. Well, you can't speak for somebody else and say, I want somebody ruling over me and I want you to rule over my neighbor too. What if your neighbor doesn't want that? Then you will have violated his consent, which is something you wouldn't even want done to yourself. Hey, if you're okay with them taking 33, 45, 50% of your income, are you okay with them taking 99% of your income? Are you okay with them saying, hey, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy and you'll eat the bugs and you'll do what we tell you to do, and you'll put any concoction into your body we want you to put in there, and you'll live in the 15-minute smart cities, and you're going to reduce your carbon footprint, and you're going to pay the tax to the man with what? Because you're not making any money. What are you okay with? And if you are stupid enough to accept them taking 100% of your income, that means you're a complete slave. Then you don't have the right to ask for that to be a third party to do that to anybody else, even if you are stupid enough to want that for yourself. That's why I'm saying there is no higher moral ground than that. And that's why I say the FT guy and all these other trolling channels are being completely disingenuous, because the springboard for liberty are those easy questions. Does anybody have the right to rule you and take your stuff? Does anybody have the right to initiate force and violence on you? Because what is government, practically speaking, when you boil it all down? Government is slavery. Government is the idea that a man or a group of men have the right to rule you and me and steal our stuff and violate our will at will. That's what government is. That's why I constantly say what Washington said about government. Government is not eloquence. It's not reason. It's not logic. It's not good faith. It is force. And like fire, it's a dangerous servant and a fearful master. That is just true. It's true because it's demonstrable and repeatable. When you see something that's demonstrable and repeatable, and you can show it to other people and they still deny it in the face of the truth of what it is, then you're looking at somebody who's either an imbecile or they're just not speaking the truth in their own heart and they can't speak the truth to you. That's why, guys, we have got to get, if you have something against somebody in the First Amendment, Second Amendment, Fifth Amendment community, repair the bridge. Be the bigger person. And I'm talking about both sides. Just be the bigger person. Go, yeah. Unless there's some kind of personal egregious wrong that you know is just, well, I can't unite with this guy because he's disingenuous. We can't, because I agree with you. I can't unite with FT, the troll guy, because I don't believe he's a good actor. I don't believe he's a good faith actor. I don't believe he's even interested in individual liberties and freedom. I believe that he is 100% for tyranny, which makes him my enemy. And I can't do anything about that. I'm not going to be gullible and accept him into my house and have him start, if I had little kids, I don't have little kids anymore. They're all grown adults, but I wouldn't accept him into my house teaching my kids. What was it that the guy with the funny mustache, Hitler, you can't say it on certain, live stream platforms because they shut you down like that. But HIT.LER said, how fortunate for the rulers that men do not think. And isn't that pretty much how humanity is these days? They're just not thinking. They're not employing any kind of critical thinking skills and stopping and going, okay, why am I going through the voting process on November 4th every 4 years to vote for a president that I know is going to screw me over because they always have and they always will? What am I doing? And yet people are immersed in fake stream CIA infiltrated Operation Mockingbird, MK Ultra Media. They just do it because they've always done it, and granddaddy did it, and daddy did it, and great granddaddy did it. It doesn't work. It works against you. So what if 1 4-year period, we all decided, hey, you know what? Let's do something different. Because if you keep doing something over and over, expecting a different result, what do they call you? Well, they rightly call you insane. If you keep doing what you've been doing, then just bank on it. You'll keep getting what you've been getting. It's like in the gym. How come I'm not growing? Let's look at your workout routine. Oh, you've been doing the same thing for the last 10 years? How do you expect to change if you haven't changed your routine? Change it up. Guess what happens? You'll start growing and your muscles will go, what the hell just happened? I'm broken down worse than I have ever been. I got to repair these muscle tissues. The bone's like, hey man, we need to grow some more calcium. Let's get a little bit stronger here. There was an onslaught that we absolutely did not expect and did not see coming. Do something different. And then different things happen. Change starts happening. But if you keep doing the same thing over and over, what the heck do you expect? Don't expect something different if you keep doing the same thing over and over. So I said also to DirectD or whoever else might be listening, are you saying that there's never a time to expose trolls and address their errors? Love you, Chris. That's Chris from DirectD. I appreciate you sticking your neck out for American freedoms and giving the finger to the man. And I truly do. So I wanted to go over that because I wholeheartedly, without reservation, without qualification, agree with what he said. That it is possible that I was a fool in addressing him because it does. When you feed the trolls, guess what happens to them? they freaking grow. And they get this affirmation and they start getting this attitude and they start thinking that there's but look, I'm making waves. Look at me. And I added to that. But then on the other side of it, is there a time to do that? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe there's not even ever a time to do that. What do I know? I'm a simpleton. Speaking of tyranny, we're gonna go into this video right here. This is everybody cool? Let's look at our poll here. So we got done watching the Eli video where supposedly he has a broken arm. Did Eli take an intentional dive or was he forcefully pushed? 25% of you says took a dive, forcefully pushed. 23% need more information. 30% or 38%, and I don't know is 14%. So effectively, it's like 52% are saying, I don't know what the frick's going on here. I don't know. Looks kind of iffy to me, but all right, so there's 175 votes. There's 282 people in here. If you haven't taken our poll, let me know. I understand you can't take the poll if you just joined and you don't know what's going on with Eli in New York City. Trying to be unbalanced, trying to be unbiased. I want to be super. What's your goal in life, Brian? I want to be super unbalanced. I don't want any kind of balance in my life. No siree, that's not for me. We talk about this word tyranny. And it's super interesting to me, the dictionary definition: cruel and oppressive government or rule. What is government? We already know by observation that government is now and always has been and always will be slavery. It's a group of men who believe that they have the right. They literally believe they have almost like the divine right of kings. They have the right, like the natural right is their belief, to rule other people. And on the other side of that, they believe that you have the obligation, it's your duty to obey their rulership, or you, in their minds, are rightly punished. That's what government is. That's how sick it actually is. So when they say cruel and oppressive government or rule, it's cruel or oppressive rule by anybody, whether they're part of a cult group and religion called government or not. You are a cruel oppressor if you are a man forcing a woman to do what with you against her will. They call it the R word, the RAPE word. That is tyranny. You are a cruel and oppressive person if you break into Aunt Sadie's convenience store that she uses to put food on her family's table, and you walk in there with a gun, point a gun in her face, and tell her to empty the drawer, the cash drawer. You are being cruel and oppressive. Maybe you're not a part of a government that's controlling a whole body of people, but you sure are controlling Aunt Sadie, aren't you? You're doing to her what you wouldn't want done to you. You're being a tyrant. Tyrants don't have to be presidents and governors and congressmen and senators and police officers. Tyrants are anybody who violate the will and consent of another human being. And the only thing that makes it wrong is that person that's doing the oppressing, that person who's being cruel, would not want that cruel, oppressive action to befall them, if they're honest. I mean, of course, dishonest people will go, no, I'm a sadomasochist. I want pain. No, you're not. You're a liar. You're a liar. Because even if you're a sadomasochist, there's a threshold at which you want the pain to stop. And if it doesn't, then they've gone beyond your consent and they've violated your will. That's tyranny. Tyranny does not have to come from government. If you are cheating your neighbor, you're being a frickin' tyrant. Because you wouldn't want that done to you. It's cruel. It's unusual. It's a punishment on an innocent individual. Let's say your neighbor, and it could seem totally benign. Let's say your neighbor let you borrow his lawnmower because yours broke down, and you got to cut your lawn, or your HOA is gonna start fining you $250 a week or whatever. Something crazy. And while you have your neighbor's lawnmower, you just abuse it. You don't fill it up with oil like he asked you to. You run over rocks and twigs and branches, and you're beating the thing to crap. And then you give it back to him in an order where it's not working or it's junked up or whatever. Well, you've just done to your neighbor something that you wouldn't want done to you if you were the neighbor letting your other neighbor borrow your lawnmower. You've become a tyrant. You've oppressed that person. Now that person has to dip into his finances, which he may or may not be able to afford. It's kind of irrelevant. But now he can't, he's got to go through, some hoops and loops to get that thing back in working order. If not, ditch it and buy a whole new one. And, how much are lawnmowers? Like $300, $350 now? So you're being government. You're being a tyrant. You're being oppressive. On some measure, you're being cruel. You're being unreasonable. It's an arbitrary thing, too, because you're basically setting your own standard, using your own power, and you're controlling your nice neighbor. You're taking advantage of his goodwill. That's what tyranny is. It's not a magic thing. It's just being an oppressive, cruel son of a buck. How about that? Don't be an oppressive, cruel son of a buck. That'd be a good meme for you. So anytime somebody appears to you and tries to violate your will under, I don't care what reason it is. Oh, we're here to keep you safe. I'm going to protect and serve the crap out of you. No thanks. And then they do it anyway. They're violating your will. They're steamrolling over your consent. They're doing to you what they wouldn't want done to themselves. That is tyranny. That's the basics and the essence of tyranny. So, having said that, let's take a look at this interaction this is from Cops Lie, Cameras Don't. I love that name. Cops Lie, Cameras Don't. And this is a guy who's biking on the bike lane, and the cops, because they have qualified immunity and they can do no wrong in their own eyes, and they believe badges and uniforms grant special rights. They were blocking off the bike path when Cops Lie, Cameras Don't was coming along. Watch this. And then they're going to block off a street because they can. If you blocked off the street, you know what would happen to you? You'd get a ticket. If you didn't move your car would be impounded. But they're immune from all that.
Why did you stop me?
Leroy Truth is in the house. Wrathguard Redbeard's here. Funsky, Patrick Miller, Horses, Shockproof, James Forbes. Did anything I just say resonate with you? If it resonated with you, let me know you're out here. If you can hear the sound of my voice, you are frickin' the resistance, man. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you hold up and champion the cause of individual rights and you lift up your voice and your actions against tyranny, you are the resistance. So if anything that I said resonated, I mean deep down within, not just in your belief structure, but in your, you know that this is right. Put a 1 in the room. And then let's go over this. So Leroy Truth Investigations. Subscribe to that guy. He is doing some really good things over there in the Eastern Seaboard that you need to take a look at. So check out his channel.
Stop me?
I actually do run. I handed you my own notepad, didn't I? No, you didn't hand me your notepad. I handed it this way.
Why did you guys pull over here and block the whole road? Both of you guys. Why did you park your cars like that to block the entire road to get in front of me? This is a retaliatory stop because I told you you're blocking the bike lane. Then you finished your stop and immediately raced up in front of me to get over here and stop both cars in front of the road to stop me. Other than I told you you're blocking the road or blocking the bike lane, why are you stopping me? What's the reason for stopping me?
I already explained it to you, sir.
And say it again because I didn't understand it.
I don't need to say it 14 times today.
It's a retaliatory stop. You stopped me because I said to get out of the bike lane. You had your SUV.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, try to picture having that kind of power and authority. I know it's kind of hard, And then what would you do with it if you had it? But if you had that power and authority and you knew you could dip down in it and kind of abuse it, even on camera, and nothing really is going to happen to you, and you start using that authority to initiate some retaliatory action against somebody who literally did nothing wrong but called you out for being wrong, and you're so proud and you're so egotistical that you go after him and you use the authority and resources of the state to do it. Think about the pompous nature of the soul of these people. Here, let me move myself out of the way. Let's see. Or maybe I can just move him. Let's see. Let me move me out of the way. I'll move me out of the way and I'll move this out of the way. Think about the authoritarian, pompous, egotistical, self-centered, self-absorbed nature of this. Think of the irony of this. He's using your resources against you while he's getting paid by you. That's what makes this so sick and disgusting and nasty and repulsive.
In the bike lane, and then as soon as I went past you and told you you're blocking.
Yeah, DJ Smith says it's addictive. It's like a drug. It's like a drug. Power corrupts. Power is like crack cocaine, probably more powerful than crack cocaine. Because once a person gets power, they rarely concede that power. They don't ever give it up.
All I said was you're blocking the.
All right, I just got a error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Are you guys experiencing buffering? It says open widget. What the heck? Can you guys hear me? Let me show you this. Can I put this up on the screen? Yeah, look at this. It says error. YouTube not receiving enough information, enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Anybody buffering? No buffering? Okay, cool. We'll keep going. But yeah, this guy's repulsive.
Yes, you're blocking the bike lane. Did I say anything else? Did I say fuck you or anything like that? I said you're blocking the bike lane, and I kept on going. I had to go around your car and into traffic where cars were going because you were parked so cockeyed. As soon as I said that, 15 seconds later, you chased me down and got in front of me and blocked the road with both cars so you could stop me for retaliatory stop. For a retaliatory stop.
I may be misspoken, but when you went between our cars, I said, you can keep going, sir, if I remember right. You were there, and I said, you can keep going, and you stopped. So.
Why are you doing this right here? You're completely blocking the road. Why did you do that? What was the legal reason? Because you had, 3 or 4 cars behind you that you made go all the way around you into oncoming traffic? What was the reason for stopping your cars like that? What was your reason for stopping those cars like that and blocking the road and making 3 cars right now? Watch these cars go around you into.
Look at this. The guy, cops lie, cameras don't, is making a fantastic point and demonstrating it and then documenting it on video for evidence for the judge, the jury to see. They are blocking a sidewalk they don't even have to do this, and they're making these cars right here go into oncoming traffic, which is a dangerous situation. I thought protect and serve was kind of the motto of police departments all across the nation. What's going on?
Oncoming traffic because you guys are leaving. You can move your car. There's no reason to leave your car like that. Look at that. Oncoming traffic, both cars, because you guys decided to do a retaliatory stop because I yelled out, you're blocking the bike lane. You're blocking the bike lane. That's all I said. And then you guys chase me down and then get in front of me and stop me. And then search me and everything else.
Well, I think
you're still blocking 3 cars are just sitting there, man. Look at that. 3 cars going into oncoming traffic because you stopped the guy on a bike who said you're blocking the bike lane. You're blocking the bike lane. So you're causing all of this.
They're so proud and full of themselves that they can see that the guy's telling the truth and they don't care. They're not in any hurry to move this roadblock, this road hazard. They're literally putting people's lives in jeopardy here. But don't they always? Isn't that what traffic law is all about? Who in their right mind would pull a granny or anybody over on the side of an interstate where other vehicles are going 60, 70, 80 miles per hour? You got these 3,500 pound bullets, these pieces, these massive pieces of metal going down. Anything could happen. Flat tire, tie rod, somebody falls asleep at the wheel, somebody's texting and not paying attention. At any moment, you could get hit at 60, 75 miles per hour and you're gone, or your life is forever altered. And they're talking about officer safety trumping individual rights, officer safety trumping constitutional rights. What they're saying is my safety trumps your safety, even while they're putting themselves in danger. That's why they go, well, one of the things that, police officers are 30% more likely to be, killed on the job because of traffic stops. Well, whose fault is that? I didn't ask to be stopped. I wasn't swerving in and out of traffic. I wasn't endangering people. I just had a tail light out, you said. How many people have died on the side of the road because they got pulled over because of improperly illuminated tag light? Or they said the brakes weren't working. You don't have your running lights on. When you come to find out, yes, you did. They were just trying to conduct a fishing expedition to see what else they got. Why'd you pull me over, officer? Well, I pulled you over to figure out why I was pulling you over.
Would you like to speak to our supervisor right now, or would you like to...
I'm going to make a complaint. I need both cards because I'm going to file a complaint. This was a retaliatory stop, and you know it was. You know it was. You did this because I yelled out, "You're blocking the bike lane." And still, man, I'm blown away by this. Thank you. You were actually pretty professional, dude. I'm not making a complaint against you, but that's not cool.
So can I...
You're pretty professional. You're a pretty professional tyrant. You're still a tyrant. I mean, you're being nice to me, but it's still tyranny. You got to smile, but tyranny with a smile is still tyranny. Professional, polite, courteous, but you're still a tyrant. No, it's like putting perfume on a pig. The pig is tyranny. And you're going to go to put, Christian Dior or whatever, name a perfume. Spray that stuff all over you, you're still a pig. Put man's cologne on, you're still a pig. Dress him up in a suit, he's still a pig. An authoritarian psychopath is still an authoritarian, power-tripping, tyrant psychopath, even if he's professional.
But that's not cool right there.
Can I explain to you from the start really quickly?
Yeah.
So he was handling a different call. Okay, I have no
I
idea
saw
what
it.
happened.
I saw
have
it.
no idea what happened
I
before
saw
that.
it. Yeah.
I had a question for him about that call. I had no idea you were behind us.
Okay.
So that has nothing to do with you.
You know what? Before you even go on, I agree with you, and I believe you. You
And
had
so
nothing to
the
do with
cars-
that.
the
You
cars
rolled up on the tail end of his stop. He did a retaliatory stop, not you. He did.
Oh, hey, look, guys, it's
retaliatory
Trish.
stop, and I'm gonna make a
Come here, babe.
against him
Come
only,
here.
not you.
Yeah, come here.
Well, so
Step in front of the camera.
again, so this has nothing to do with that. And the reason why we're not moving our cars yet is because we roll in pairs. Okay, you've been.
Who wants to see Trish? Put a 1 in the room.
No, I haven't, because I'm pissed off right now, because I know what he did. I know what he did. I know
I
what
don't
he
want to
did.
go to move my car and then you possibly fight him.
I'm not gonna, dude. I'm 57 years old. Come on, I'm not doing that.
I realize that, sir.
No,
Right?
you
It's
see the long hair and you think, oh, this guy's a problem. He thought he was going to get me on warrants or something.
You guys want me to
No,
turn the camera
I'm
on?
not that
John
guy.
Wesley
Sorry.
says
I
yes.
live over
Let's see
here in Los
Trish.
Gatos. I'm not that.
Yeah, come on, babe. Come on over here. Mushroom says yes, number 1. Brent says 1. Dr. Light says 1. Come on.
Tell them all hi.
Look at all the ones in the room, babe. Come here. You got to make a special appearance. She's not doing it. Come here, woman. Oh my gosh. Maybe one day I'll get her in front of the camera. She is super camera shy.
I got it.
So
Thank you, babe.
he's talking to our supervisor right now. Do you want to wait for him to come out here, or do you want to go to our station and talk to him there?
I'll talk to the supervisor.
You'll wait for him
Yeah,
to
I'll
come
wait.
out?
How long is he going to take?
He goes back and yells something about
You're blocking the bike lane.
here that out, hey, you're blocking the bike lane or something. And then he was on the sidewalk at that point as well. Then I pulled down here to do a ripper. And then he's still on the sidewalk. Coming out, he comes out of the gas station and then pulls between
And here's his
going on
position.
and stops.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And then after I told him to go,
I'm not going to file a complaint against you at all.
he stopped between us.
Rathgar says, I shall not look upon Trish.
And I was like, you wanted to complain.
Sir, it's your right to
No, backyard, she's definitely cooler than me.
complain about us, right? We're not worried about
It's
that.
not you, though.
EJ says, make me a sandwich. Yeah, make me a sandwich. She's laughing.
It's not you. You didn't do anything wrong. You're just doing your job. He did a retaliatory stop, and I'll file a complaint about it. Blocking the bike lane, and then you want to give me shit about being on the sidewalk. I do that every day, and I'm going to continue to do it because it's not safe right there.
You know what I think about when I see a video like this? If they are willing to do this with their body cams and dash cams on, I don't see this guy with a body cam, but if they're willing to do something that seems so insignificant, why would you do that? What are they really doing, man? You know, if we've unearthed a little bit of evil, how much evil is under that rug?
Talk to the supervisor now?
Yeah,
or-
yeah, yeah, yes, yes,
Oh,
I do,
he's on it.
absolutely, absolutely. This is ridiculous, man. You know what? It would be safer. I'm not going to fight this guy. It'd be safer if you moved your car.
I'm just going to wait for our supervisor on the way. As soon as he gets here, I'm going to move my car, and then we'll... All right?
Why?
Here comes another car.
He could literally move it right now and make the roadway safer. And he's just not doing it because, no way, I'm not going to do it. It's kind of like when you talk to people and it's like, you know, I'm not leaving the building until you do. And it's like, well, I have a perfect right to be here. I'm going to be here. And it's just like they're so proud and egotistical and self-centered that they just can't bring themselves to do the right thing. Just can't do it.
On to oncoming traffic.
Yeah, how much? Yeah, that's a good. Patrick Miller said, how much does this stop cost? How much did it cost taxpayers for this stop right here? How much in resources did they let their vehicles idle? How many of these kinds of interactions do they have with the public every day? And then you add those up at the end of the week and at the end of the year. How many gallons of fuel were wasted on a stupid stop like this?
Two cars going into oncoming traffic. 3 cars into oncoming traffic. Do you see a bike lane in that turning lane?
This guy's destroying these cops.
Do you know how fast cars come around that turning lane when there's not 2 cop cars sitting right here? Do you know how fast they go? They fly around that fucking corner.
Do you ride out here often?
This is my bike ride. I live over here. I go up to Tibble Los Gatos. I go down to downtown Campbell. I work out, and then I come back up through this way. And I go all the way down there to...
something I do as far as proactive...
Yeah, James Barnes says, endangering everyone else's lives over their ego and arrogance. Well put. Ego is the enemy to humanity. Or humility, says DJ. Ego is an enemy to humility.
Policing for me.
Pride goes before destruction. Haughty spirit before a fall. It always happens, guys. Being proud, being egotistical, thinking you're the center of the universe, it never goes well for you. You might be able to get away with it for a time, but it's so unappealing. It's so disgusting.
Important is speed. Okay?
So you're going to force me into riding into these guys right here when you guys all know they fly around this corner.
That. What I'm saying is I'm hearing your complaint, and what I do is proactively enforce speed in our city, okay?
Yeah, well, you want to force me into that traffic where they're driving way too fast.
Okay.
This was a retaliatory. You know what? No matter what you say, this was a retaliatory stop. Yeah, flat out was, dude. I yelled out, "You're blocking the bike lane." Didn't say anything else. Didn't say "fuck you" or nothing else. I said, "You're blocking the bike lane," and then you chased me down. You chased me down and got in front of me.
Okay, sir. So I just think it would be best if our conversation ended until the supervisor got here, and then you could talk with him privately about whatever you would like. Does that sound good?
That's fine with me. This guy's a dickhead.
You have the right to feel that way, sir.
I absolutely have that right, and I have freedom of speech. You're a dickhead, dude. You're a flat-out dickhead.
It's true. He truly is. And that comes from the YouTube channel Cops Lie, Cameras Don't. Let me drop this link in the chat room for you. If you visit him, let him know. Here's the deal sent you. Lenny, this was a year ago. Let's see if Cops Lie, Cameras Don't has uploaded any videos in the last year. Oh, I'm not even subscribed to him. Let me subscribe. Let's look at the videos that he's got. Let's see, 3 months ago. Doctor runs red light, almost hits me. My body camera footage of the bike. Okay, so he's only got a couple of videos. I usually, let me see what the most popular video was. I like what he did there, and his most popular video is the one that we just watched, followed by 27,000 views. I'm probably not going to subscribe to him just because he's not producing any content, and that's usually why I subscribe, not just because they put one good video together. But I do appreciate and applaud the fact that somebody would get out their video camera. I mean, that's an act of the will, guys. To get out your video camera, and you know how naturally nervous you are, most people are in front of badged authoritarian psychopaths, because literally every second you're in their presence, your life is on the line. So it takes a conscious effort to get out your video camera and then to call them to account and expose their errors and their misdeeds and their bad judgments and their outright evil. That takes some balls, man. So I really appreciate people who do that. As a matter of fact, I just talked myself into subscribing to him. That's reason to subscribe. Reason enough to subscribe, in my opinion. So maybe go over to his channel, look at his most popular video, or maybe his latest video, which was 3 months ago, and give him some encouragement, because obviously this guy has the balls to stand toe-to-toe against a power-tripping authoritarian. And okay, so I've already been doing this for an hour and 18 minutes. I don't really like to go this long. Maybe, you know what? I think I just answered my own question. I'm going to go ahead and end this, but I do want to talk to you about the validity of, quote, I don't answer questions. Does anybody know that I don't know if you know this, but from the perspective of the Supreme Court, put a 1 in the room if you know this, a 2 if you don't, be honest, I'm trusting you. Do you know that you don't, according to the Supreme Court, I'm not saying according to reality, from the perspective of the Supreme Court, you do not have a Fifth Amendment right unless you invoke it. Being silent is not good enough. Saying anything other than I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, if you say anything other than that, it's not enough. If you say I don't answer questions, it's not enough, according to the Supreme Court. Does anybody know that? Put a 1 in the room if you do, a 2 if you don't. I was vaguely, and I'm talking about vaguely, familiar with it, like way in the back of my mind. So in order to be honest, I would have to put a 2 in the room as of yesterday. As of today, I would put a 1 in the room. I do know it now, but I just thought you could be just in the state of being silent. You were in accordance with, and people had to respect the Fifth Amendment. You know, whether they did or not, they legitimately have to respect it. But you have to go out of your way to literally invoke. And okay, so everybody put a 1 in the room. What is the court case that underpins that perception by the Supreme Court? Does anybody know? What is the Supreme Court case that underpins the idea that the Fifth Amendment right to be silent and just being silent or saying I do not consent or saying I don't answer questions is not enough? What is the Supreme Court case? James Forbes says, I just learned it. I heard that before, said Keith. No, it's not Miranda. Miranda's from 1966. Miranda kind of started it and kicked the ball rolling. But there was a case that actually solidified it and became Miranda is a landmark case in that regard. But the one that really solidified it was Salinas versus Texas. And what I will do is because I want people to see this. This is Salinas versus Texas. Where is that? Yeah, there it is right there. And I wanted to go over this with you because it's a pretty interesting court ruling thought trail that is predicated and springboarded off of Miranda versus Arizona, from where we get the Miranda rights from 1966. And it segues over into Burgess versus Tompkins from 2010, and then is absolutely solidified in Salinas versus Texas. So what I would like to do is I would like to do a standalone video, maybe tomorrow on a live stream. If you're interested in that, put a 1 in the room. And if you want to join me, what is tomorrow? Is tomorrow Wednesday or Tuesday? What is today? I lose track of days. Today's Tuesday. So tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing a standalone live stream on this, or maybe just a standalone video. But if you're interested in me doing a live stream on this, let me know. What's up, Laz Guevara? That guy's been economically terrorized. Laz Guevara is in the room, and he has been economically terrorized by the cops. I know that firsthand. Just pisses me off, man. You guys are my brothers. You're my sisters. You're my fellow human beings. Nobody should be doing that to us. Nobody. Who do these people think they are? Okay, 1 in the room. Val Brooks, Rob, Michelle, Peter Parker. Peter Parker's here? What's up, Spidey? Grumpy G, Random American. Not the police is here. Laz Guevara says, y'all lying? What do you mean? What? What's up, Big G Audits? Buzz is here. Brian, do a call-in show. I want to participate. What's up, PTSG Joe? Okay, so there's a couple ones, maybe 20 ones in the room. There's 291 people in here. If you haven't hit the like button, please do so. Also, from my last video, do yourself a favor. Binge watch this. I've been binge watching this guy's videos. His name is I Am Free, Inland Auditing Media. I want this guy to go viral. This guy has the potential to be a mover and a shaker in our community, in our world, carving out freedom for the rest of us. This guy is articulate. He's calm. He's respectful, but he's firm. He's polite, but he stands his ground. He goes toe to toe against any tyrants. No equivocation at all. This guy gets after it, man. And I've had a couple of conversations with him. This guy is just, he is who he presents himself to me in my estimation. His most popular video has 238,000 views. It's called Tyrannical Security Manager Loses His Teeth. And this one from the post office is just fantastic. It's dynamic. It's wonderful. This one right here is my favorite. This one, I don't know if you can see it. Matter of fact, I'll put the link to my favorite. And if you visit him from this live stream, let him know High Impact Flicks sent you.
We were trained as that.
This guy is out there frickin' educating like you would not believe. So go to Inland Auditing Media and watch a couple of his videos. Give him some support. I would love to see this guy far surpass my channel. This guy, in the next 12 months, he should be over 250,000 subscribers. Hopefully he is. Hopefully I don't jinx it. Hopefully he'll be at 1 million subscribers, but he definitely deserves it. And there's a lot of great new auditors out there that I definitely want to highlight. Private Patriot is one of them. I really like his style too. And just this no holds barred attitude. It's like, that flag means something to me. I mean, that's when people say it. To me, the flag is like a military-industrial complex flag. A lot of nations see the American flag like they would see the swastika. I know what people are trying to say, so I understand the sentiment behind that. But if you think about it, we know the truth about what happened to military men, okay? Henry Kissinger said, he's quoted as saying, military men are dumb, stupid animals made to be used as pawns for foreign policy. That is how the military-industrial complex, that is how the presidents of the United States, that's how Congress, that's how the defense contractors see military men and women as just fodder. Now, on the military men and women side, I got to believe that a large percentage of them signed on the dotted line to become indentured servants for the military-industrial complex because they really believe they're fighting for democracy. And I also believe that if they're honest with themselves, when they got in, they realized that they were lied to by their Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marine, or Space Force recruiter. They're wanting to blow smoke up your butt about how much money you're going to make so you can go to college and you're going to be able to jet set all over the place. Oh, and by the way, we're going to use you as pawns for the military-industrial complex. It's just a bunch of lies coming from the military. So I got to believe that on the military man side, and if you're a veteran, put a 1 in the room. Let me know if you guys were in and what I believe that most good people, I believe that their motivation for signing on the dotted line in the military-industrial complex is to actually fight against evil people. They not knowing that they've become a part of the most evil organization, the most evil, powerful organization on the planet, controlled by the Central Zio banking cartel. I don't hold it against any military man or woman. So when somebody says thank you for your service, I take that to mean, well, that has to be modified, but I kind of take it to mean thank you for being willing to do what it takes to push back the tides of tyranny, not knowing that you were going to be a part of the tyranny. Let's put it that way. That might be a conversation for another day too. And if you are a veteran, maybe we'll have a complete dedicated veterans call-in show so you guys can give us your take and your perspective and your experience in being part of the military-industrial complex. Because I don't care what branch of the military you were in. I don't care where you were stationed or what your job was. You were a part of the military-industrial complex. And the military-industrial complex is not controlled by people who want the good of any nation. Not by any means. They want power. They want control. They want resources from other countries. They want profit. They want it all. And to hell with the rest of us. If you think I'm wrong, let me know in the comments section. I'm a veteran of the School of Hard Knocks, says Rathgard, and this war with its many battles known as life. Well said. Fighting for our freedoms, laughing my ass off, says Eric Farmer. Yeah, it's just a lie, man. The military-industrial complex is not fighting for our freedoms. They're fighting for resources. They're fighting for geopolitical control. They're not fighting. You think the Chinese government cares about any Chinese military man? They're expendable, man. That's how the American government isn't better toward American troops than Chinese are toward Chinese troops. They'll pretend like they love you. They'll give you commendations and promotions and plaques on the wall and an increase in pay and prestige and power and all that kind of stuff, but they don't care about you. You're expendable. All right. We were duped, says DJ Smith. What's up, Dominic? One Vietnam, 1968 USMC. I feel the same regret as Lucas Gage. I got. I would love to have Lucas Gage on here. Dominic, if you were part of Vietnam, man, the stuff they subjected our troops to in Vietnam. When I went to, it's almost like you can feel it. When I went to Washington's District of Criminals and I saw how much money and time and resources and tax cattle dollars and labor that they put into building those monuments. They did not build those monuments for them, even though their names are on it. You know, the Vietnam War Memorial, World War I, World War II Memorial. It's all a glorification of the military-industrial complex, saying, see, if we throw enough bodies at it, we'll secure democracy. Well, yeah, you know what? They did secure democracy. You know what democracy is? According to Benjamin Franklin, and I agree with him, he was a 33rd degree man. Okay, maybe he was. But there are some things that he said that are absolutely true. One of them is democracy is two wolves and a lamb deciding what to have for dinner. And guess who is the dinner? It's not them. It's you. It's military men. It's military women. It's people who sign on the dotted line and they're like, all right, we got some more labor. We got some more fuel to throw on the fire. Chopper says fighting to go home and for friends, if nothing else. Oh, it's just disgusting to me that people are getting blown to smithereens and they pretend to care about you. And then they stick it to you. And then when you come back as a product of the experiment of Agent Orange and napalm and, you know, you're missing limbs and all this kind of stuff. And then you hear all the problems that people have trying to go through the Vietnam medical clinic. The veterans clinics, the veterans medical clinics. They're not taking care of veterans. If they cared about veterans, they wouldn't be sending $100 billion to Ukraine. They'd be taking care of you guys. They'd be taking care of the homeless on the streets. They're not. They don't care. It's all this money laundering scheme. Indoctrination says, chopper, love you, brother. They forced the military to take the JAB, says Eric Farmer. I will defend my country, but I would never go occupy a different country in the name of freedom, says Joshing You. Amen. Much love to you, Brian, says Kenotic. Back to you, man. PTSD Joe says, and we were never the good guys. That's a sobering reality. Okay, guys. Hey, I'm out of here. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like if you haven't. If you think it's worthy, share this live stream. I should have kept it short. You know, nobody wants to watch an hour, 32 minutes of me rambling. Let's revisit the poll we had. The question was, did Eli... Oh, let me get my fat head out of the way. Wow, is my head getting... I have a fat head. Oh my God, look at this. Look at the size of that head. It's disgusting. All right, did Eli take an intentional dive or was he forcefully pushed? 22% say he took a dive. 24% forcefully pushed. 33% need more information. I'm in that camp. And 21%, I don't know. 282 total votes. I really appreciate you guys participating. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you spending your time with me. The most valuable commodity we have, once we spend it, we will not get it back. So it must be invested wisely, is our time. So thank you very much. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing the videos. Thanks for all your comments and your likes and the Patreon. Thank you for the Patreon subscribers. Thank you to everybody who became a channel member to this channel, who shares the videos and who, buys the merchandise. Also, people are so onto me about, where is that? About promoting, I just dropped my watch. Promoting the 5A cop card and the trifold. Do you guys realize, and people are like, $30, what are you? Hey, do you realize that everything in the store will be given to you free of charge, no strings attached, if you send an email saying, hey, I can't afford it, can you help me out? This is about empowering you. This is about, I don't know if you guys saw the video that I launched yesterday, but it was about civil asset forfeiture. It was about two guys taking a flight. And this is just two examples of the things that are going on in America. Two guys taking a flight, one with $8,500. They stole every penny of his. Another who took a flight and he had $38,000 because he was going to go buy a truck. They took all of their money and economically ruined them, partly because they talked, they believed the cops were their friends, they wouldn't shut up, they wouldn't take the fifth, they wouldn't invoke their right to be silent and start record. There's two things you got to do when you encounter police. You have to do it. Start recording and invoke your right to be silent. Do not give them fuel for their fire that they want to kindle against you. Don't help them investigate you. So grab this. If you can't afford it, it's free. If you can afford it, pay it forward and help somebody else get something for free. You know, that's how life works. But if you genuinely can't afford it, it'll be free. But you got to get it in your hands. This has got court cases. You will literally be you'll be more of an expert than probably 100% of all law enforcement agents. As a matter of fact, you're probably more an expert on the Constitution if you know all 5 articulated rights identified and codified in the First Amendment. You'll know those. I have not yet met one cop who knew all 5 of them. I think I've seen a video where a guy stumbled through and accidentally got all 5 with great effort, but they don't know it by heart. And you know why they don't know it by heart? Even though it's their job to know it by heart, because they don't care to know it by heart. And the reason they don't care to know it by heart is because they're not there to uphold your rights. They're there to generate revenue for the state. Okay, I've rambled long enough. Thank you guys for joining. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Love you. Appreciate you. The price of freedom is now and will always be eternal vigilance, and indifference to this notion is the means by which the people have and will secure their own oppression. Stop securing your own oppression and start today. I will see you guys